Hi everyone, I'm Nikki and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I reimagined the iconic red dress that Lindsay Lohan wears in Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. If you're a recovering theater kid like me, you've seen this movie. Chances are you modeled your entire middle school personality after Lola Stepp. If you haven't seen the movie, here's what you gotta know. Lindsay Lohan plays this girl named Lola Stepp who has big dreams of becoming a Broadway star. She has this bold, eye-catching, and questionable fashion sense that makes her stick out like a sore thumb when she moves from New York City to a boring New Jersey suburb. It just so happens that Lola's new high school is putting on a modernized version of the musical My Fair Lady, which is based off Pygmalion. You know Pygmalion, the Can't Buy Me Love plot. It's been done a billion times over and over, but no one does it better than Audrey Hepburn in My Fair Lady. The red dress that Lindsay Lohan wears is an updated version of the original gown that Audrey Hepburn wore in the 1964 My Fair Lady film. I love this dress, but the red doesn't really do it for me, so I thought, why not blend the two versions of the dress together? So what I plan to do is make the design of Lindsay Lohan's dress in the color scheme of Audrey Hepburn's dress. I'm gonna use this dress that has somehow survived in my closet for a decade that happens to have a design that is similar to the dress in Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. That being said, the bodice portion is unfortunately too big on me, but too small on my dress form. So to create the bodice, I'm going to be using my letter low kit using the measurements of my dress form.
You miss 100% of the boobs, you don't fake.
So I hope you keep watching and I hope you enjoy. I started by outlining the dress I plan to use for the skirt portion of the pattern. I then went over to my letter low system to get the pattern for the bodice I wanted to use, which was style 213. If you haven't heard of the letter low system, it requires only 2 measurements to create an entire look by using the golden rule. My dudes, this thing is amazing. I'm impressed by the fit every single time. I then used my rotary cutter to cut out the bodice pattern. So the lining is looking good so far. I'm equal parts nervous and excited to see how the rest of it comes along. So I've completed sewing the front of the bodice together. Unfortunately, I've broken 3 needles so far, 2 of which only working on the bodice. I plan on sewing the top sequin layer and the lining separately onto the bodice, just so I can prevent this from happening in the future, but yeah. To finish the top of the dress, I decided to use bias tape. It turns out that while I was working on this, I was attaching it entirely wrong. That's what I get for watching Love Island while sewing.
Islanders, you have voted for the couples that you think are least compatible.
I was able to fix it and attach the tape using a thick, heavy-duty universal needle that made the process super smooth. Okay, so a semi-nightmare situation has occurred. While I was pressing the ribbon, some of it actually melted, and now it looks like I ran a glue stick over one side of it. Not ideal. It took me forever to sew these pieces of ribbon together, so I'm really disappointed. I panic ordered some ribbon that looks like this. It's not gonna be the same quality of the velvet that I was hoping for. It's actually an entirely different fabric, which isn't really what I wanted, so I'm gonna go to the fabric store today to figure out if I can find a better option, but I'm very nervous. So let me show you what it looks like. It's right there on the corner. You can barely see it in photos, in videos. Like, I can't even focus on it. It's that small, but I swear to God, it's visible in person, and I'm very disappointed. So we shall see what I'd find at the fabric store. So after Ribbon Gate, I panicked and ordered some black and white striped ribbon from Amazon that doesn't really match the quality that I'm going for, but kind of matches the look. In an ideal world, the velvet strips on the dress would match the black ribbon on the straps and the shoulder bow thing. So I got some of this grosgrain, this type of ribbon, and I'm going to heat and bond, ultra hold this to the top of this larger ribbon. So wish me luck. Okay, I just have to share an update. It is looking so good so far. I'm seriously so shocked. Cue the celestial choirs. The bow is obviously not done here, but I wanted to give you a sense of what it'll look like. I did run out of the black thin velvet ribbon, so I'm glad that I ordered more. Here's how I made the bow. First, I cut a strip of ribbon around 5 inches long before I cut the remaining piece in half. Then I folded the two edges of the ribbon pieces till they met in the middle, pinched and sewed them together, using the remaining piece to conceal the sewn portion. The fact that I made this bow from scratch, like from gluing the pieces on top of each other, is just chef's kiss. Mwah. Amazing. Amazing. Hold on. I'm gonna have to stop us here really quick to remind us all of what the previous bow looked like. What in the fresh hell? It truly looks like a cry for help. Let's blame this lapse in judgment on Jake from Love Island, shall we? But while I wait for the ribbon to arrive later this afternoon, I am going to sew on the invisible zipper. I actually bought a 20-inch zipper at the fabric store because I panicked. So I shortened it, and the way that I did that was by sewing a line across where I wanted the closure to stop. I learned the hard way that if you don't do that before you shorten the zipper will just fly off. Common sense, but also. I'm gonna be using my invisible zipper foot from Madame Sew's Ultimate Presser Foot set. Y'all, this thing is amazing. I have no plans of buying any more sewing machine feet while I remain on this earth because it's all there. You wanna sew applique? There's a foot for that. You wanna sew some little beads onto something? There is a foot for that. You wanna sew a rolled hem? Girl, there's a foot for that too. And as if Madame Sew hasn't given us enough, there are videos on how to use each foot on their YouTube channel. Just look at how organized this thing is. It makes my heart so happy. I was thinking about just sewing in a little fold to the ribbon straps that are gonna go on the dress. But then I thought I could burn the edges. Basically, the way that I'm gonna do this is by literally for less than a second, lighting this edge on fire. If you do it for too long, it'll curl. Basically, it'll curl and it'll create this matte finish, which you don't want. I'm gonna start doing this. Pro tip, don't burn yourself. That won't be fun. Hell yeah, doing great so far. Honestly, I'm feeling really good about how it's coming together. I thought maybe I might have overestimated my abilities, but honestly, I'm so proud of myself. This is definitely one of the craziest things I've ever sewn, if not the craziest thing. And there's more to come. It's time for me to start using the fabric glue, and I'm terrified because if I F this up, it's all over. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I mess this up. Wish me luck. I cannot believe how well this whole fabric glue shenanigans turned out. You can't see the glue anywhere. Man, fabric glue. Who knew? Not me. We are almost done. Once the ribbon dries, I'm going to sew on the straps. My hope was that the skin that showed through the straps would evoke the same vibe as the pattern on the ribbon. I don't know, you tell me. It's time for the reveal. I tried to summon some Carla Santini vibes. Don't come for me.
Are you up to this? Up to it, Miss Pagoli. I was born to play Eliza.
I'm gonna level with you. I pinned the back because I simply did not want to go out and buy a sticky bra. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe so you can see all my future projects. This video is emotionally supported by Love Island UK, The Morbid Podcast, my dog Margot, Married at First Sight, and Trader Joe's Pickled Popcorn.